Hello Aquarius, welcome back. I'm Ashley Rose and this is your monthly reading for November 2021. I am so excited to be here with you guys. This reading is for all signs, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You can come back to this reading anytime throughout the month, throughout the year, next year. If you see it and you just feel drawn to listen to it, I appreciate you for being here because there's definitely a message in it for you. Just don't mind me as I'm taking some time to get set up. We're going to pull 7 cards for our overview of the month, an oracle card, 3 cards for our love life, and an affirmation at the end. So just one moment as I get set up. We are in, if you're listening to this in the beginning of the month, we are in Scorpio season. And that's a time where we really get down to the bottom of things and allow what's been, holding us back, what's been keeping us down to be brought to the surface so we can, tap into our intuition during this time and change and transform the areas transform those areas. Leading into Sagittarius season, we take what we've learned from Scorpio season and apply it in Sagittarius season at the end of the month so that we can, we can be confident in what we're going after and the changes that we made so we can stand stronger in ourselves and take risks that are aligned with, our authenticity, our true purpose, and just ourselves, our energy. It's going to be very important that we stay tapped in during this time because it could be one of a lot of emotion and a lot of things. As you know, it's Scorpio season, so a lot of stuff is going to be brought to the surface, and it can make us a little squirrely. I swear, some big things happening because the High Priestess has showed up in almost every single reading. It's insane. And this month is going to take us on a little bit of a journey. It really is. And it's going to really press us all to have patience oh my gosh, of course. Have patience and to really allow what's happening to just unfold. Because we're not going to understand it at first. But really, for our manifestations to come into reality, we need to let it happen. We need to let whatever needs to change be changed, and what needs to fall away. And this is honestly for you all a little more of a month by yourself, which Aquarius can tend to be a little more solo, and know that you conserve your energy. I don't even know how to say that. Oh, guys. Yeah, you're working on, building a place that feels like home, building a place that feels like you, that feels safe for you to come to after a long night. Where did that card just go? I don't know. Okay, so let's get started. So starting our reading off, we have the Magician. Wow, started that at 444. We have the Magician. You are accessing your power and your ability, your infinite abundance that is living within you, this true just authentic energy that's running through you. That's you, and you're Aquarius. So you're actually you're very good at tapping into this type of thing and learn and knowing how to take your ideas, take your creativity, and bring it into this physical reality, bring it into this life, communicate your dreams properly. You know, you're air sign, so you're very good at communicating your ideas and communicating, you know, what you see for yourself in your life in a way that is, you know, physical and also just like practical in this world. But you're really taking a chance to examine all the things that you want to build and all the things that you want to build or bring in, and tuning into each element. So you have one wanted pointed up to the sky, so you're just connected. You're connected and tapped into right now. And you have the High Priestess in the middle of the deck, and you are like literally a tuning rod for all the information and all the things that you're going into as you go throughout this month, and things arise and challenges present themselves. Remember that you are connected always. You're connected infinitely and abundantly right now, and tune in anytime that you feel like you have gone off the path, anytime that you feel discomfort or you feel, you know, unsettling emotions. It's going to be very beneficial that you ground back into yourself, because your desires are trying to come out now, and it's time for you to be really connected and allow yourself to be reborn in a way that embodies the type of home and security that you're looking for. That if you can't find it outside or in a place or with a person, that you are the home that feels comfortable. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. So this could be other people coming into your life to kind of stir some stuff up. It's not necessarily having fun, but there are maybe friends, or I want to say like, I don't know, something like friends or gossip or a third party situation. Like, you know, maybe you and your friend are having issue with another friend, or something like somebody in your group of friends, your core group is just not, you realize kind of the true nature to them, and they might have been hiding behind it. You realize that they could have been lying about things, or just not exactly, you know, aligned with what you're doing and what you're putting out there. So it's not necessarily a time for celebration and, you know, sharing yourself with other people, sharing your achievements with other people, but this is more of a solo time where you can kind of see that and you take stock. We don't need to point it out and, you know, gossip about it or talk about it, or, you know, give it more energy than it needs, but just kindly kind of walk away. And it's going to be another one of those situations that make us feel like we're kind of out in the cold, like we don't have anybody. We have our buddy right here though. That again, we're not feeling this sense of home, this sense of security that we've been trying so hard to build. So this month could feel a little rough in the beginning, because again, we don't know why this is happening at first, but it's all happening for a reason for you. The universe has to bring people in your life for specific reasons and then take them out because they're not supposed to be in there. They have other attributes and things that just don't really mesh well with your life, and they're only supposed to be there to be a messenger. And their lesson is to be able to walk away and to not, you know, be attached to anything specifically. This Five of Pentacles is like this feeling of being out in the cold, of like everybody around you that you've been looking for, you've been leaning on for support, is kind of just turn their backs, and you're having to go on this journey by yourself, and you don't understand it at first. But you don't understand it at first, it's hard and you're struggling, but your intuition is telling you to keep going, because there's something more important that's happening through all of this. You're strengthening your relationship with yourself. You're strengthening your relationships with the people that stuck by you, even though that you feel like you're out in the cold and that, you know, something isn't working to your benefit. Now, like I said, I don't know if this is in a relationship, this is in a business, this is in a dream, like a goal that you have. Maybe someone's taken it, or you had an opportunity for a job at work and somebody kind of came in and swooped it, and now you're feeling like out in the cold again. But your intuition is guiding you to trust the process through this, because there's nothing to fear. You know, she has her foot over the moon. There's no reason to fear. You're tapped in during this time, and we're getting a lot of messages. We're receiving a lot of downloads. So be open to the insight that you get for yourself. Trust your knowing, and trust that you know what's the best for you and what's going to take you to your happy place. Again, you are the conduit that sits in between. Oh my God, Sorry, there's something in my eye. Something flew in my eye. Sits in between the ego and your higher self, and you're in between this doorway right now, this doorway to access everything that you've ever wanted, everything that you've ever known, your true potential, you know, by really, you know, doing less, by allowing, you know, things to be in your life and they're not being so much, but they're being a little, and finding the joy and feeling from that. Because these fruits, this labor that you're working towards, this energy that you're putting out there, it's working for you. It's in the middle. It's strengthening the relationship, again, that you have with yourself. And that's so important, to love yourself first before you put your love out there for other people that aren't, that you know, don't love you and can see that you don't put yourself first. Does that make sense? We don't want to be taken advantage of here as we're moving through things, because we're learning, we're building, we're learning what it is to be grateful, and we're learning what it is to, when faced with hard times, not to dump our emotions out on the ground, you know. And it's all the other air signs have had a similar message, because when we're in watery seasons, we're dealing with emotions, we're dealing with things being brought up, and air signs do not do well with, do not favor having to talk about their emotions and dig down deep into them. So take time to be appreciative for what comes up, what pops up. You're learning, you're growing. Give yourself the grace for that. Yes, okay, you're not amazing with emotions. Who cares? You're trying, you're working, and you're putting in a valiant effort, and you're doing it for yourself. You're soothing your mind, and you're allowing yourself to be creative, and you're applying that to your work. And that flips this card upside down, because this page is unsure. He's got a cup full of a little fishy friend, and he's excited. The friend is helping him, but when he's upside down, he feels overwhelmed, and he's dumped it out, and he's like, I don't want to do this. And I just would rather not. I'd rather turn back around. But what we don't understand, and what we don't see, and what we have to keep working and being patient to, is by working through those, we get the 9 of Cups. We get our wishes granted. Everything we've ever wanted for, you know, think 1111, make a wish. Here we go. It's for you. It's happening. We have the 10 of Swords in reverse, the 5 of Cups in reverse, and the Moon in reverse. So our fears are not blocking us this time. We're letting go of them. Everything is fine. We're taking these swords out of our back, and we're allowing ourselves to receive our manifestations. And when we take a second to step aside from this discomfort, from these feelings that we are unsure about, we allow ourselves to receive the good things too. By doing less, we can allow more to come in. By not being swept away by these feelings, or being upset and wanting to talk about it, or whatever it is, just do less this month. See how it happens. See what happens, what comes up. Because we have the 9. 9 is the number for spirituality and completion. I talk about this so much in so many readings, but this is a big time. The end of this year is closing out a lot of cycles and starting a lot of new things, because the next year is a big year for a lot of us, and we need to be ready. We need to be willing, we need to be open, we need to be aware of what's going on around us, and that our manifestations are in fact coming in, so we can keep ourselves in tune with that energy. So we can keep ourselves in tune with that satisfaction, in tune with our intuition, and knowing that when we are focused on our desires come to us quickly and easily. That's the whole point, because when we're fighting them and we're trying to stop it, and that just causes so much tension. And so we're going to feel challenged this month, and it may be overwhelming, but I'm telling you to hold on, because you got the Priestess, the High Priestess, the Magician, and the 9 of Cups here, and those are great. That's amazing. Like little indications along the way. Like I feel like this is the beginning. Like, okay, we're feeling on top of the world. We're doing things. Some shit happens. Okay, trust yourself. Keep going. You know, if you're going through hell, just keep going. Don't slow down. That's what I'm telling you to do here. And then more. You're going to apply yourself. You're going to put in work, and that's going to be great, because it's like you're so close. You're so close. And so things come, and you feel like you're going to tip your cup upside down, but you don't, because all your wishes are here. And don't spill it out before you even have any, I don't know, don't spill it out yet. Just don't, okay? Then we have, I'm going to get this wrong, Minticon, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Of course. That's you. I always say like Aquarius are like aliens from another world. They live in another world. I understand that as Pisces, and you're like longing for home. You're longing for this comfort. You're longing for this security to belong. And you're a light worker. And sometimes when, being a light worker, bringing the light, showing people the light, expressing light, it's hard because there's so much darkness around here. And especially right now, to be bringing the light during this time in the Scorpio season, that's intense. That's asking a whole lot, honestly. But I'm going to read this little excerpt because I feel drawn to. Mythicons are a soul group who originated in a planet in the constellation Orion. They were the first star beings to travel to Earth and believed to be the original lightworkers. The Mythicons' whole planet is thought to have been a water world with water so pure that you could see through it for miles. For this reason, Mythicons feel most at peace and at home when they're around crystal clear water. They are here to teach us to see the potential in everything and the light in all beings. Many Mythicons have an odd longing for home and struggle with feeling like they don't belong. It is thought that this is due to their home planet no longer being in existence. If you pull this card, it could mean that you are a Mythicon or a longing for a sense of belonging in root chakra healing is necessary for you to feel safe and secure. Perhaps you feel this longing to find home without knowing where it is. Perhaps you've been moving around a lot and yearn for a place on Earth to call your own. If so, you are being called to connect with Mother Earth and create it for yourself now, to choose where you feel most at home and create it rather than waiting for the feeling of belonging to come. That's this. So something puts you out. Something with your friends puts you out and you don't feel like the home that you created just doesn't feel safe anymore. You have to create it for yourself. And then they have a saying, I allow myself to be truly here and at home on this planet. I release any grief around not belonging or feeling held and call it in the perfect home. So call in your perfect home this month. What is it? Build it, create it, and that wish will be granted of this feeling of security and this safety will be around you, but you have to do it. Others can't do it for you. And you're a magical creative being that literally already lives in its own world. So just create it for yourself here. Don't be afraid. Like you are eccentric and you're out there and you're humanitarian and you know all those things, but own it. Own it. And getting into your love reading, love yourself first for it. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive on the Page of Wands. So yes, that's something for you on this a part of your life's purpose in your life's journey. Your spirit wants you to know that it's your time, that it's time to learn how to love yourself first. Put yourself first, your comfort first. We have past life relationship. You have known each other before. The Four of Swords, like you've known each other before, and maybe this is like karmic, and that's what happens here. This karmic relationship is like shown you that maybe you don't provide safety for each other, or it's not a place of home, and it's time to put yourself first. Love yourself first. Or, you need time to rest and recharge in terms of this. And then we have true love in terms of this past life relationship. True love, this is a romance of a lifetime, the Empress. So you have to release that to allow this true love in, to love yourself first so that you can create and build your love life out of love, for love, to share with somebody that you love, because you've now finally let go of these things that no longer serve you, that no longer are working, that really don't take up any valuable space. The 3, it's a number of new beginnings and communication. So communicate that love with yourself first so you can see it within your relationships. I promise it will do wonders. And then we have our affirmation, and it's I can do less and attract more. So you do less for others, you do less for everything external, you do more for yourself, right? And you can build this for yourself, this life, this creativity, this abundance, this security. So don't be afraid to go out there and build it, okay? I love you guys. I hope you have a great November. You're gonna do great, but buckle up because there's a lot going on. But have fun and be excited because you are creating something for yourself. You're not fighting it. You're not fitting it into it. You're creating it, okay? I love you. Have a great November. See you in the dailies.